In this video, we'll be doing a walkthrough of a manual deep scrape using Browse AI. Let's jump in. Let's say I wanted to get a list of items from the startup directory here on Y Combinator's website. Maybe I want to filter them to include everything from 2024 in the fintech industry. So all these items, these 42 companies, I would like to deep scrape such that I can get information from each of these companies' detail pages, like this one. To get information like the company name, the description, maybe the batch number, so this one's fall 24, industry, tags, websites, the year it was founded, team size, location, maybe LinkedIn page, logo, things like that. Using Browse AI, I could get them into a table like this, where you've got all the information easily scannable, and I can export it to other tools by clicking the button over on the right here, either as a CSV or a JSON file, or even integrating with third-party tools like Google Sheets or Zapier, Airtable, etc. So let's do a full walkthrough of recording each of the robots necessary. First, I'll copy this URL from the list items page of all the companies. Click on my dashboard, click on Build New Robot. And there's two options, extract structured data or monitor site changes on the right here. This would be if you wanted to monitor on an ongoing basis. In this case, I'm just going to extract structured data and paste the URL. Down below, you'll notice there are pre-built robots you can use. If these fit your needs, that's great, but I'm going to show you how to train a robot from scratch using Robot Studio. Once we click on the button, Robot Studio will open up, and within a few moments, the page will be loaded, ready for us to select the items. All right, let's scroll down, and yes, sure enough, the filters have been chosen for us. On the right-hand side, under the robot head, we'll click Capture Text, and then From a List. Then we'll hover over our list items and click. Once we do so, our robot scans the page for data to extract. And again, within a few moments, ta-da, we've got data fields already named. And if we scroll down and scroll to the right to see everything that's been extracted, this looks pretty good. If you want, you can click into a column to rename it. So let's call this company, press enter. And let's scroll over to the right, and maybe we don't want batch URL at all. So let's click into it and remove that column altogether. Next, we have to select the maximum number of rows to extract. I know there are 42 companies, so I'll just click on 100 here. And finally, we have to choose how to find the next items. In this case, let's review our pagination settings because it's not actually click on load more, it's just scroll down to load more. So we'll reselect here and click on scroll down to load more items. Now let's save this captured list and finish recording our robot. Next, we'll give our robot a nice descriptive name like YC FinTech 2024 and save it. Now the robot's going to run in the cloud. It's going to spin up a new server in the cloud, simulate user actions, and before you know it, here's your data. If it looks good, click on the Yes Looks Good button. And now it's time to go and build the second robot. This is the one that gets details from a single company page, like the one we had open earlier. So this one will do just fine. Let's copy the URL, go back to Browse AI, go back to our dashboard, and we'll click on Build New Robot once again. Click Extract Structured Data, paste the URL, click Start Training Robot, and then use Robot Studio. Once again, when Robot Studio loads, we will select the data we want. This time it's not a list, so we'll click Capture Text, and then just text. Now let's go through and click on each of the items we want. Let's click on the title, the description here, the batch. Let's click on the industry. Let's click on this other tag here. Now, you'll notice it says link. We don't actually want the link. So let's press escape. And let's move the mouse around a little bit until we get exactly what we want. So right here, let's click, and now it's just text. And then we'll go over to the right side and click the year it was founded. And you do have to move your mouse around a little bit sometimes to get the exact item you want here. And we'll go to LinkedIn link. And let's get the URL. And finally, let's go over to the logo on the left here. And click image URL. And then on the right, we'll click confirm. Now it's time to go through and name each of these items. I won't bore you by telling you what they all are. We'll just go through each one of these real quick. Name each one. You can press enter after you type the word you want. Press enter. Call this one, let's say, tag 1. You could do tag 2, tag 3 if you wanted others. We'll go over to the right here and name these guys founded, team size, and location, respectively. And you could probably guess what the next one's going to be called. We'll call it LinkedIn. And then lastly, we'll do website and logo. And finally, we will press enter and review the text. Looks good. All right, we're ready to save the captured text here. Click on the button down below. And then we'll click on the finish button on the right. And once again, give this robot a descriptive name. Let's call this one YC FinTech 2024 Deep Scrape. We'll click save. And before you know it, this robot will be done running the first time, and we can review the text. All right, let's scroll down. Looks good. We'll click the yes, looks good button. And now both of our robots have been recorded. Now, the final piece of running this deep scrape manually is to import all of the URLs from our first robot into this robot. You can do so by clicking the Import CSV button down here. And then over on the right, click to upload CSV. But what are we going to upload? Well, let's go to our first robot, the one that extracted all of the URLs. Go to tables. And in this row of data, we'll hover on the item, click the I to see all of the rows that were extracted. And on the right, we'll click on export. And then export as CSV. And in a few moments, we'll have that ready to download. We'll click download to save it to our computer. And now we'll go back to the robot that does the deep scraping to import that CSV. So back to tables, import CSV, click to upload. We'll navigate to where that was saved on our computer. Open it up. And it looks like something's wrong. If we hover, we'll see that these are all duplicates. But that's because the origin URL, meaning the website we got all these from, is what was selected. We don't want that. We don't want Y Combinator. We want the URLs that were extracted from the robot, which is company URL. So once we select that, everything's good to go. And we can click on Start Extracting Data right over here. And once we do so, the robot will go through and scrape all of those various URLs. I'll speed this part up so you don't have to watch it in real time. It really only takes a couple minutes. You can walk away, go make yourself a coffee, come back, and it'll be done. So this is sped up, so you do get to see the process, but not in real time. It's about 4 times as fast here. So they're queued, they go into in progress, and then they become successful. So imagine how long it would take you to do this on 42 pages versus just a couple minutes here. And here it is. Now you can export here to a CSV file or JSON, or choose to integrate with third-party apps like Google Sheets, Zapier, Airtable, etc. One thing to note is that you do have to set up these integrations before you run the robot. Anything that happens before the integrations are set up will not get sent to those apps. Just a quick tip for you. And that's how to create 2 robots, one to get the list of items and one to scrape the details from those items, and how to run that manually using the import CSV method. There are ways to do this automatically, including workflows, but that is a topic for another video. This video was meant to show you how to build the 2 robots and how to do it manually yourself if you wanted to do that. Hopefully you found this helpful, and we'll see you in the next one.